Welcome back, guys. It's Mr. Foltz, and we're going to talk about government specifically in more depth. As we learned in the last video, government is just a group of people who make laws, print money, enforce the laws, and set responsibilities. So, what is our government made up of? Well, as mentioned before, there are three branches of government, or three parts. In the United States, we have the executive branch, legislative, and judicial branch. Those are available at every single level of government. So, at the local level, we have those. At the state and at the national level, we also have those. They are called co-equal branches because each of them has the same amount of power. No one branch has more power over the others. So, no one is the ultimate boss here. The executive branch is typically made up of one individual, but however, sometimes there are more. The executive branch is the one who typically enforces the law. Examples include mayors, governors, and presidents. As I mentioned, at the local level, Mayor Tom Henry is the head of our executive branch here on Fort Wayne. At the state level, our governor is Eric Holcomb, and he is the governor of Indiana. At the federal level, President Donald Trump is in charge of the executive branch. I mentioned that sometimes it's a group of people. At the county level, we have three county commissioners who are in charge of Allen County, which Fort Wayne is part of, as is New Haven, Harlan, Grable, Huntertown, etc. The legislative branch is the branch for an elected body that writes the laws. So all the laws that are in the United States and in Indiana and in the city of Fort Wayne are written by the legislative branch. Legislators vary by each state and local government. So, for instance, here in Fort Wayne, we have what's called the City Council. The City Council is made up of 7 members who write the laws that in this case, they're called ordinances, and they are passed by the mayor or vetoed by the mayor. At the state level, we have the House of Representatives and the Senate, which make up the General Assembly. The Indiana General Assembly has 100 representatives in the House and 50 senators. Laws passed by the General Assembly go to the governor, where he chooses whether to pass the laws or veto the laws. However, in the case of the state level, they can override the president as a veto if they have enough votes. At the federal level, again, we have 2 chambers of Congress, in this case, the House of Representatives and the Senate, just like Indiana. There are 435 representatives representing the 50 states of the United States, and there are 100 senators, 2 from each of the 50 states. People in the legislative branch are called city councilors, representatives, senators, or assembly people, depending on the state. The final branch is the judicial branch. The judicial branch is made up of judges. Judges are the ones who decide whether laws are fair or legal, and also whether or not how to enforce the laws. For instance, let's say someone was caught speeding and they get a ticket, and that person decides to petition the courts to see if the ticket is actually fair. The judge then gets to decide whether or not the ticket goes into effect or not. Judges are typically appointed, especially here in Indiana. All of our judges are appointed. However, some are elected in the case of other states. Like, for instance, Wisconsin recently had a major election for their court justices. In Indiana, even though the justices are appointed, voters do have the ability to remove judges. Cities, states, and the federal government have a judicial branch. Fort Wayne has a city court. Allen County has a county court. The state of Indiana has a Supreme Court, and the federal government has a Supreme Court as well as circuit courts. And one of those circuit courts is here in Fort Wayne. Those are the 3 branches of government that we have in the United States. We're going to learn a lot more of them after Christmas break when we come back, when we do a fun project on civics. But keep this in mind, this is just a brief overview, but more of this will be coming back later. All right, guys, I hope you had a great day. We will talk to you tomorrow.